Thank you for having me. Got a brief presentation on our proposed project at Canyon Country. This particular slide is the Sand Canyon Road here and Soledad Canyon Road right there and the 14 freeway. And the site is, you can barely see it, but the red is right here. It's currently, and it's always been referred to as Canyon Breeze Mobile Home Park. I've been involved in it since 1985. In 2002, we had approval to develop, but it was two parcels kind of cut in half. And there was a lot of talk about if we just could put it all together and make one cohesive plan, it would probably be a better idea. So we passed on that approval, and we went back to it, and with the Great Recession and what have you, delayed us a bit, but finally we're at the point to move forward. We have a 138-unit mobile home park that we got an ordinance to close a number of years ago, and we've purchased all the units. If you've been in the area, you probably can see that it's starting to, there's probably 25 left, and it'll be empty probably within the next 60 days. In 2012 and 2013, when the city did city and county did the One Valley, One Vision general plan and zoning overlay, this property was zoned in general plan for mixed-use development, which we're moving forward with, which I will show you now. This is that same piece of property. This is Sand Canyon. This is Soledad. This is the freeway down right here. There's four-way on and off ramps to the freeway. In this area, we have single-family homes, 146. Oh, by the way, that's an 87-acre parcel. This is 122 townhomes, 312 apartments, 100-unit assisted living facility, and 55,000 feet of what really amounts to restaurants and casual dining around some water features, indoor-outdoor seating. We should probably have around 4 restaurants, and then your kind of your Starbucks equivalent, Noah's Bagels, those kinds of things in and around this area. I'll show you a few renderings of what the architecture and the quality of the project will be. This just gives you a sense of the water feature, kind of a man-made lake here, and you can kind of see some of the seating and what have you. And this is the corner of, again, Soledad and Sand Canyon. This depicts, you know, kind of your indoor-outdoor seating around the water feature and the kind of what we refer to as, or the city refers to, the Canyon Country architecture, unique to this part of the city, which we plan to embrace. Heavy landscaping, very high in quality craftsmanship to really make it a place where people want to go to. And again, this is kind of some of the architecture that we'll have in the area. Here's shots of the apartments, and there'll be, you know, full amenity package to the apartments with your pool, spa, barbecue, fitness center, computer shop, and also the housing and what have you will all be in the same sort of architecture and quality. Again, this is the area, again, the 14 freeway, Sand Canyon, Soledad, and the project. You can see the 138-unit mobile home park. We had before and after pictures taken in these 6 locations that are shown here. So from each one of these spots, a camera was set up, took a picture, and said, okay, here's what it is today, and then we simulated what the project would would be if it was there. So people can have a kind of a bird's eye view of what it will look like. So going through the 1 through 6, oops, I'm going to come back to that. So we have here a shot from Soledad Boulevard. And you kind of, if you've been out in that area, you might all remember this 1-to-1 slope that can't grow anything because it's so steep. So that's going to be taken and pushed back, okay, and creating where the retail and the shops and the assisted living will be. This is a shot across the river. So we're on the other side of the river. That's Soledad right there. And of course the freeway. And again, that's today with that cut. And this is tomorrow where it's laid back and then landscaped. This is coming down the 14 freeway, like headed towards LA. Again, that's that same cut. This is what it would look like afterwards. This is taken from the park on the northeast side of the property. And essentially the development pretty much is on the other side of this mountain, if you will, on the Sand Canyon side. So you can see that there'll be a little bit of change in some landscaping from what it is today, but basically this all stays completely natural on that side of our property. This is taken just across the street. That's Sand and Soledad. And again, that's our property right there. This is what it'll be when we're done. This is taken just off of Sand Canyon, and it's a neighbor's house sitting right here. This is what they see today, the mobile home park, and this is what it'll be tomorrow, or after the development, if it moves through. Oops, got into somebody else's. So that's our presentation. We're from a timing standpoint. We will be going to Planning Commission and City Council starting next month. We should be finished with that if it all goes as planned by May. We're doing and processing our grading, storm drain, sewer, water plans now, so that upon approval we can start construction and not wait 9 months to go through plan check and get all those approvals. So we should be grading in summer. We're going to be grading the oops. Oh, I got to go backwards. Yeah. We're going to be grading the whole site at one time, and the site balances, meaning we don't have to export any dirt, we don't have to import any dirt, so there'll be no trucks on the road causing traffic issues and what have you. We'll be building the whole project at one time, so it's not a project that you phase, and because there's different components to it, again, mixed use, everything can basically go and doesn't compete with each other. So we expect to have the grading and all that done within 6 months, able to start going vertical, and that's going to take us approximately 18 months to finish the vertical. So you're looking at a couple of years, and we'll have restaurants and the project in place. And I think that's our story. We've been at it a long time, but we're pretty excited. The times are right, the economy's right, and it's financed and ready to go. So thank you for your for the opportunity to talk, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Yes. Oh, a mic. She needs a...
Are you going to have any opportunity to use recycled water?
Say that again?
Recycled water?
Yes, in two ways. Well, two ways. One, and there was a slide. I guess I should go to that real quick. This one. This particular site is 3 miles up the 14 freeway. It's referred to as B Canyon. It's right next to what is referred to as the CMAX mine that you guys are probably all familiar with, which is right there where I'm pointing. And this is the 14 freeway. And that's Solid Egg Canyon Road right there. And we own 211 acres right here that we've had since 1990. And it's currently zoned for 184 single-family homes. We're in the process. We've been working with Newhall Water District, City of Santa Clarita, to forego developing the site, turn it into open space, parkland, and what will amount to settling ponds. So what will happen is recycled water, the plan is to bring recycled water up to this site and put it into to our land, and it percolates down in the ground and goes into the river, go down the river, and they've got 5 pumping stations to take it out. When it comes out, it's literally very close to potable water through just nature, filtering it as it goes through. And why this location? It's kind of at the head of the river, you know, where if you were to do the same thing downriver, the guys in Ventura would get the benefit, where Santa Clarita will get the benefit. So, again, we're kind of excited about it because it obviously is something that it's great that it's raining, and it's great we got snowpacks up north, which is terrific. But long term, there needs to be, you know, the idea of trying to figure out how you're going to reuse water, and so this is one way. Secondly, when the reclaimed water system is available, we'll be ready to tap into it for all of our landscaping. Again, everything we're doing is drought tolerant. Everybody now is building. Everything is green. All the housing, you know, and so our project is in that mode, and so that's what we're doing. Yes.
I believe there's a monument now identifying Canyon Country across from the freeway on-ramp and off-ramp on Soledad Canyon on the other side.
There is going to be, a monument sign, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Will that monument say Canyon Country, or will it have the name of your development?
Well, 2 things. One, you know where the city put, where it says, welcome to City of Santa Clarita, Canyon Country?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be obviously taken down, okay, because
you're grading.
We're grading. And so the deal we made with the city when they did it, I said, well, you know, I know we've been at this since 1985, and I know it doesn't look like we're ever going to do anything, but we are. And so we have to have an agreement that we can take that down, but I'm very happy to replace it in an appropriate spot on the property so that it's featured, and we do say Canyon Country. And so long answer to your question is it'll still be there, just not in that particular location.
Right.
Do you there on the east side of the project there, it looked like there was a little cutout. Do you not have where the house was there on just, you know, east of where the sign is?
Let me go to that side.
Yeah, the Lassie Trainer's house that burned down.
Oh yeah, sure.
You have that part of the property?
Yes, we do.
Okay, because it looks like there's a little cutout.
No,
yeah, see,
that's Lassie right there.
Okay, so you do have that property.
Yeah.
Yes.
We bought Lassie. I didn't know it. There were 18 Lassies there. Amazing.
I didn't see any solar, any other renewable energy in any of those drawings. Could you tell us what you're doing for that?
Yeah, there's going to be solar, and there's, like when I said green, we're going to basically do everything that's technology that's available.
So it's going to be 100% offset?
I don't know that answer.
Can you just guess as to what the number would be?
I really would hate to say something and then be wrong. So if you give me your card or whatever, I'd be happy to go try to come up with a number. Yes.
I'm just curious. I've never seen something like this where the assisted living looks like it's basically in the same parking lot as the shopping center, restaurants, and etc. Is this something that's common, or is there any explanation for putting the assisted living right in the shopping center parking lot?
I'm not sure I'd refer to it as in the parking lot, but it's definitely in the commercial area. And I think that the assisted living has different demographics inside of that assisted living. And having an area where you can go while you're there, everybody just doesn't stay in that assisted living. They're always looking to go on field trips, going places, walking, and going out for lunch or dinner or what have you. Family comes over, where do they go, all that sort of stuff. So we see it as a benefit two ways. One, they're customers, and two, it's an atmosphere that is something that if my mom was in a spot, I'd like it to be somewhere that I felt good about, that looked good, besides running it perfectly and doing those kinds of things. And that's why we did that, instead of having it, let's say, up here.
Right. That does make sense. And did you say there is not any plans to have any kind of a hotel, motel, any kind of a place where people coming to visit them could stay?
Actually, at Vista Canyon, they're going to do a hotel. Okay. And I have to tell you that we did look at a hotel, and it didn't make it. I mean, from a financial standpoint, everything that we have in here, to build something like this, you go out and you get your marketing studies and you make sure that there's demand. And I can tell you that the strongest demand was the restaurants and that whole side of it. This side of town has tremendous demand for that. Everybody drives all the way to Valencia or somewhere else, and so this is half of our traffic is generated right here, and it's traffic that already exists, in our traffic reports. So anyway, and then the second thing was the assisted living was number 2. So there you go. Yes, I do. It's 75,000 feet of building. It's 100 rooms, and it's got the full amenity package. I mean, this will be your, a very, very, I'm not sure the right word. High end is not probably the right word, but a very, very nice upscale assisted living facility. It's going to look like a 4-star hotel. And you got the restaurant, you got the theater, you got the manicure shop, you got, there'll be a component of memory care. It's going to have all the cross sections to meet the demand and need. Yes. Yeah, they have, and it'll be like, it's like its own area. It's because it has different, different demands.
Could you go into a little bit more into the water, where the water will come from, both for drinking and for landscaping?
Sure.
And I don't think that the recycled water is really going up there. Are you counting on the recycled water from the Valencia, Saugus,
They have,
area?
yes, and there's I mean, I'm no expert in this area, but I can tell you that there's been numerous recently hearings both by your Castaic Lake Water Agency, Newhall, and talking about this, obviously the issue of reclaimed and transporting it from the places where you get it, and where do you deposit it, and how do you get it to different developments. So I told you about the one, which the line is about halfway. There is a line that's not being used today, so they've got to bring it from the other half, and this is the Valencia plant. They would take and create a line that would get it to our site at Bee Canyon, which is in the works.
Do you think it would be done within the 2 years?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
If it isn't, then what's going to be?
So in the meantime, we're going to have regular water, like somebody that goes and builds a house tomorrow. They're going to hook in.
Because from where?
Yeah. Okay.
Because
So.
a lot of people out there have wells. I know that are a little bit.
Oh no, we currently, our mobile home park is connected to Castaic Water, so we have water. We've been using water at 138 homes that used water, plus we landscape. So now, obviously, we're going to add to that. So we did, I should say, the water agency did a study. Okay, you have to prove that you have 20 years supply. Where do you have it? And it has to be dedicated. You have to have it in order to develop that site. Okay, that way. So we did that. I think that thing was finished and adopted about 6 months ago by the water agency. So this site has the water. It's known where it's coming from, where it was bought, and it's 20 years of supply, and that's before the rains that we've had. So it's a more positive study today if we did it than it was 6 months ago. Nevertheless, it's what you have to do. Because of our site? Sure. We have 138 mobile homes there, or had, okay? And so we had that typical population that would go with a mobile home. So you can, I mean, I think that number's in the 3 or 4 per dwelling unit. And so now we're adding, we have a total of 580, so less the 134 that we had. That's a net increase of population times 3. So that's, let's say, 400 times 3, I don't know, 1,800 people. Oh, good question. The zoning and general plan, okay, we are at half of the allowed density that was in that plan, and there was a full EIR that supported that density, both so water, traffic. I mean, you can go through all the different things that go into that. So this project, and I'm not saying it's small by any mention, it is what it is, but it's half of what was allowed that was built into that whole general plan for the area and the region. If that answers your question. Mm-hmm. Okay.